Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got two pretty cool knives here with me to compare. This is the Shirogorov F5 Silk Slim and this is the F95R Slim. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's get started. These are two absolutely fantastic knives. One is the production version of the F95, in this case is the F95R Slim, and this is the custom division F5 Silk Slim. Two fantastic knives, one of my favorite combos, let's say. These are so good that it's really hard to believe. They're fantastic. Let's see why, and let's see how they differ from one to another. So, custom division F5 Silk Slim. Crazy machining going on. Look at the milling lines on this guy. There's pinstripe lines going on right here, and it's contoured, it's 3D machined, it's not flat, it's nicely chamfered on the outside, on the inside. Beautiful 3D machining. The production version is beautifully done, of course, but it's flat. You see, there's like nice chamfering going on this side, nicely rounded off and flattened out on this side, but it's nowhere near the level with which this guy has been milled out. Like, no way. And this is the first thing that you notice just by checking these two guys. You can see also the reflection, it's flat on the production and it's curved on the custom one. Just beautiful. Of course, the shape is going to be the same because it's the same knife, more or less, but what it's going to be different, for example, let's check out the thickness. So thickness, it's the same, see? So maybe the yeah, no, it's the same. It looks a little bit thicker, the production, but just because it's not as contoured as this guy. But the handle outline, I would say it's exactly the same, as you can see. Logo positioning is the same. You've got these 2 and 3 lines going on in the custom, nothing on the production. No lines except for this indentation, let's call it that way, for the production version right over here. A little bit different on the custom, but still you've got another 2 lines going on over here, and this one outlining the edge of the screw for the lock face insert right over there. So really similar in shape, but not absolutely not for the execution. You see also, like, you can appreciate from this side over here the milling that is going on both. So you see here, this is like a radiused area which has a constant width, sorry, whereas here it just tapers down. See, it's not constant, so much more machining and milling time going on into this one. Also, flipper tab is slightly different. I much prefer the one on the custom because the jimping is more spaced than this one, so it's much more grippy than this guy right over here. Also, the area right behind the flipper tab where you land your fingertip, it's a little bit narrower on the custom and a little bit wider on the production. And then you can check, like, going down, you notice that, of course, the custom version is sporting a blue anodized titanium backspacer, whereas the production is just using a standoff. So very different approach. The lanyard hole in the custom version is integrated inside into the backspacer right over here, and it is beautifully done, so that you can slide in your paracord or whatever leather cord you want to use, and it's gonna slide in and come out because it's flush on the inside. Here they drilled a hole, they milled out a hole in the scale directly, so you're gonna have it also like super easy to use, to apply like a lanyard, but it's a very different approach. If you ask me, this is much nicer looking, functional. Probably it's more balanced, because this you're gonna be tending to pull on one scale, this one you pull on the backspacer, so just a little bit of difference right there. Of course, you can see the bottom of the knife is differently milled, and if we turn it on this side over here, we can appreciate that the lock bar cutout is much wider on the custom and a little bit shorter on the production version, like that. And I think that is basically it for the handle. Let's see, actually there's a little bit of difference in the lock bar cutout relief to disengage the lock bar. It's a little bit nicer on the custom. You see that this area here in the presentation scale, it's angled much more than in this one. I mean, this is just close to perfection. This is perfect. You see, it's protruding out. There's this area which is angled nicely, so naturally your thumb just falls into this position. Same thing on this one, but this area is just rounded off. It's not like chamfer like that, so it's a little bit, I mean, this is fantastically done, but this is gorgeously executed to my opinion. And yeah, of course, another difference is going to be the level of internal milling that is going on the custom version, which is insane. It's absolutely fantastic. Just beautifully done. In fact, the custom version is lighter than the production version. This guy is going to be 4.4 ounces, and the custom is 4 ounces. 0.4 ounces less than this guy. Another small difference you can notice is, of course, not that small, the pocket clip. This is the newer version pocket clip. This is blue anodized titanium, 3D sculpted, and this is just titanium stone washed. But also you see the cleanliness of the lines of the custom version, because the screw is hidden. It's internal, whereas on this guy is just external, so easier to make, I think. And with nice lines, and they both have maybe from this side over here, you can appreciate the difference in the contact surface with the pocket clip up against the lock side of the knife. Both are very cool, but I would give the edge to the custom because it's so much nicer looking and easier to get in and out of the pocket that I really love that. Of course, the milling is on another level in the custom division. You can check it out yourself. Also, another very important difference to me is the sound. So this is the production opening and the custom opening. I mean, what do I need to say? Production and custom. Custom closing and custom and production closing. So closing sound, very similar. Opening sound, these are 2 words apart. This is one of the best sounding knives I've ever tried. Like this sound here, it's deep, it's pleasant, is gorgeous. This sound, yeah, it's nice, but it's light. It's not as good as that. It's a nice clink, but this one, it's a beautiful deep clack. It's ridiculously good. I don't know how to explain that. You have to hear it with your ears. Nice, yeah, sure. Guys, this is fantastic. Like, I don't know. Really, one of the best acoustics I've ever experienced on a knife. So deep, so it's loud, but it's beautiful. It's it's a pure pleasure. Closing sound, very similar, but again, this is deeper. It's nicer. It's much nicer on every under every aspect, in my opinion. So the weight also is better in the custom. The grip of this guy is close to perfection. Like I mean it. It's just fantastic. The grip is really good. But the grip of this guy is even better because of the contouring of the handle. It feels easier to hold. I don't know how to say. It's really good. Great ergos, no sharp edges, no hot spots whatsoever. Just fantastic. So you can reverse grip with both of them. I mean, it's very similar, but I would give this guy the edge because of the contouring of the handle. Also, I would say something about the blade. Of course, this guy, custom division sporting S90V steel, production M390 steel. So I mean, both are like high-end steels, like 100%. But I have to give it to the S90V if I have to pick one. You can, of course, appreciate the difference in the jimping, much finer pattern in the production, wider in the custom. You have a little bit of swedge going on over here, just a little bit, same length, same stock thickness. It's basically same length. You've got polished flats in the custom version. And you've got the same finish, just one-tone finish for the production version. Also, you have a very slightly different blade shape. If you notice, you have a much more pronounced belly for the custom version and a taller blade than the production. Here you see it's like more like elongated like that, whereas here it's more pronounced. The belly is, I would say, probably up to 65%, whereas here you have 40% blade and then flat up to the end and flat and straight edge up to the end. Stock thickness is the same, thinness behind the edge is the same. You have no, like, absolutely sterile looking blade on this side. Here you have the custom division logo going on over here, and just of course the steel used on the custom. Also another slight small difference is of course the presence of a custom screw for the lock face insert, whereas here you have just your T8 Torx bit screw right over there. Inside, under the hood, there's another big difference, which is going to be the roller bearing system for this guy, which is visible, I'd say, right over here. And the F95R Slim is just sporting MRBS, so multi-row bearing system. So very different mechanism. I mean, guys, I have to give it to the to the roller bearings in this case, because it's so, I mean, they're both like incredible, but this guy has an extra little edge to it, just because the feeling that, I mean, it's something hard to describe. Really, you have to hold it in your hand to understand what I'm talking about. And also another very slight difference that you can only appreciate if you disassemble these knives is that the pivot for the production version is spinning, and this guy it's not, because there's like a detent ball right underneath that with a hole inside the scale, let's say, and this guy is just keyed in with the use of that bolt, so it's not spinning. So you're gonna need just one Shiro screw tool over here and you're done. This is not gonna go anywhere, whereas in this case, yeah, this guy is spinning. So a little difference under the hood, which I thought to point out. But I mean, both are absolutely gorgeous blades, like fantastically looking. The price, of course, it's there are different ballparks. This guy is $1,100 and this guy is probably $2,500 if you can find one, because they are really rare. But I mean, it's this is on another planet. Like, the level of attention it went into the custom division is it's really superior. Both are fantastic knives. I mean, this production F95R Slim, it's no slouch. This is just the same guy on steroids. Like, the evolution, the perfection of this really almost perfect model into this, like they went beyond perfection into this one, because I can't really find a single flaw except for the price. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.